When I'm dreaming at night, it seems real to me. I couldn't differentiate if the people that exist in my dream, they seems very real, and I can talk to them, I can touch them, and events seem to happen too. So when I awake, I know that it's illusions. So is that the same thing for my life right now? How real is this life? Would it be possible when one day when I awake, all these are just illusion to me? All people is going to be gone.
The problem is you're reading bits and pieces of Zen. Okay? Bits and pieces of Zen are dangerous. Bits and pieces of anything is dangerous. Now, what you're saying is true in a way, because 99% of your life is just thought and emotion. Thought and emotion is just a projection of life, not life, isn't it? When 99% of the time you're only thinking about life, emotion is also a kind of thought, a juicier thought, isn't it? Thought is dry, emotion is juicy, but still a thought, isn't it? The way you think is the way you feel, isn't it so? Yes? Isn't it so? Now if you think, oh, this is a wonderful person, you'll have sweet emotions towards that person. Oh, this is a horrible person, you'll have nasty emotions towards that person. You can't think this is a wonderful person and have nasty emotions. You can't think this is a horrible person and have sweet emotions, isn't it so? Because the way you think is the way you feel. Thought and emotion are not different. They're the same thing, they're just thought. One is dry, another is juicy. Because it's juicy, it has a drag time, so you think they're different. So you can be thinking like this, today you can be thinking this is a very wonderful person, tomorrow morning he does something that you don't like, suddenly you can think he's a horrible guy. Your thought immediately takes a right-angle turn. But emotion cannot turn so quick. It takes a long turn. It takes a few days or a month, but after some time it'll come and join the thought, isn't it so? Yes? It has a drag time. Emotion will not turn immediately, so you think they're different, they're not different. They are same, it is just thought, one is dry, another is juicy. So your whole life is just thought and emotion. So it is very much like a dream. It is. So, now that you were onto Zen, you must know about Chuang Tzu, who went about doing this. Chuang Tzu was a great Zen master. In his monastery, he had many monks and he is a recognized master. One day morning, suddenly he is in great state of misery. So when they saw the master in misery, everybody got terrified. If the master is in misery, something really bad must have happened because always he is joyful and nice. So senior-most monks slowly approached him and asked, Master, what is happening? Said, don't you disturb me, I am in a deep distress, get away. They said, if you are in distress, that should be death for us. Please tell us what is causing distress to you. Then Chuang Tzu said, oh, yesterday night in my dream I was a butterfly. And the monk said, what is wrong being a butterfly? We've been many things, sometimes we've been pigs, we've been birds, we've been many things. That is no problem, butterfly is quite good. What's wrong with a butterfly? Said, you idiots, you don't understand, when I was a butterfly, I actually flew. I went and sat on the flower, I could feel the flower, I could smell the flower, I could taste the flower, it was all real. Now I don't know whether I am Chuang Tzu dreaming to be a butterfly or am I a butterfly dreaming to be a Chuang Tzu, which is true, because both look equally vivid and real. When you live just on the thought process, this is how it is. He is using it as a method to shock his monks out of their stupor of spirituality, because people are reading sutras and this and that, they think what they read and what they think is spirituality. So he's trying to knock their psychological structure out so that they become existential. If you're experiencing life, not thought, not emotion, life, if you're experiencing life as such a question will not come. But when most of your life is just thought and emotion, it is very true, it is very much a dream, it's just another projection.
So if we are living in a simulation, Gurudev, what is the purpose of this simulation? And is there a player playing the game, if this is a game, a simulation, let's say, and we are players in a video game, our avatars are who is playing the player and what is above that, and then who designed it all in the first place.
First of all, there is nobody sitting up there who design and who makes you do a mistake and then comes after you to punish you. No, not at all. You know, it's what is this, I would say, is science. Knowing objectively, and who am I is spirituality. And the who am I question takes you in the journey to really find out the center of all actions, which is a witness to actions. Number one. Second is that spirit by which everything is made and in which everything is almost like hologram, you know. In hologram, you get it's the same light which comes as all different characters. In the same way, we see that one universal consciousness and its play and display as the whole fun in creation.
There's a concept that I've been hearing a lot about, because I have conversations with near-death experiencers and spiritual masters like yourself, who say that everything is happening all at once. So there is no past, there is no future. My analogy is we are at the point in the record. The record is our existence, and the soul is where we are right now is the point on the needle touching the record. But everything has already happened in the past and in the future. How can you explain that to somebody in a way that makes sense? Because it's a hard concept to understand, that everything is happening all at once. And how does that interact with free will?
Now, see, if you're flying higher up, and if you are flying above the ocean and you look down, the waves appear to be stationary. You will see on the beach, you'll see just a line of white lining of waves which appear to be not moving at all. Have you noticed that any
Yes,
time?
of course, of course.
Yeah, but when you come down, then you see it's not the same wave. Every minute there is a new wave coming up. So this is a combination of both classical chemistry and quantum physics. That is where the truth is. They both are correct. For example, I can say, this is all wood. Yes, that's true. When it comes to fire, this will all burn. But then they say, no, the chair is not the table, table is not the door, door is not the floor, floor is not the ceiling. It's very different. If you say the chair has to be door, I say, no, it's not so. So, in the same way, in life, there is free will and destiny. Life is neither all destiny or nor all free will. You see what I'm saying? Like your height is your destiny and your weight is your free will.
My free will has been going crazy lately, Gurudev. I need to work on my free will. No question about it. I think most of us do in the West have to work on our free will. But that's a really good point of view, because you're right. When you're born, you're going to be 6 foot tall. You're going to be 5 foot tall. That's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about that. It's just part of your destiny. But your weight, or where you walk, or how you walk, those kind of, like what direction you walk, is your free will. But there's things, but are there markers in your life that are destined? So in other words, there will be that car accident. You will be born to these parents. You will go down this road, or you will be, in the music industry, or you will be an author. There's certain things that will happen. But how you get there is different.
Right. It's like baking an apple pie. Once you bake an apple pie, and the apple, you cannot bring it to its original, unbaked apple. You cannot make it unbaked apple. But if the sweetness is less, you put a little more syrup in it. If it's too much syrup, you put a little more apple or flour. You can play around with that. Similarly, it's, if it's raining outside, it is destiny. But to get wet or not to get wet is your free will. You can take an umbrella and you will stay dry, right? So life is a combination, and knowing what is destiny, what is free will is our wisdom. How we apply our wisdom to accept the destiny and to play with the free will is all up to us.
So what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
Knowledge is that you simply hear and you appreciate. Wisdom is that becomes part of your life.